What's up, YouTube? Tommy Forte with another video. If you like this video, like, comment, subscribe. I'm a little late on this one, but something that been disturbing me about a little 2-year-old girl, Maliyah Tootie Bass, out there in Houston. How her mother seemed as though left her on a park. I guess the little playground area was right by her house, right in front of her house, or maybe a few yards away. And she decided to go in to go fix something to eat. She saw the girl out the window, but when she looked up, the girl was gone. And the thing about that is, like one of the guys out there, he was from New Orleans, and to a certain degree, hoods everywhere are the same. Whether you from Memphis, whether you from Houston, whether you from Chicago, Dallas, New Orleans, Harlem, Bronx. For the most part, the hood is kind of the same. And to say this child was kidnapped, by a black person, because you have to be, they say it's a rough area, and a lot of white folks or whoever don't come back there. So it had to be somebody black who kidnapped this child. And, that's just something that black folks just don't do. We don't, I'm not saying that you won't find a black person somewhere who won't commit an act of kidnapping, but that's just something we just don't do. That's just something we don't do. Our hearts are not like that. Okay, but so let's just think about another possible scenario. Let's say and I saw the videos where her boyfriend, the girl's mother boyfriend, seemed as though they just got together, and for like a couple of months. And all the fake crying that both of them was doing, it just wasn't believable. You're sitting up there crying, your child dead and stuff, and you can't produce no water from your eyes. How is that possible? And I'm not trying to make fun of the girl or anything, or the young man, but the girl was, to be honest with you, she was kind of ignorant. She looked kind of, I'm not going to say she looks slow, but she looks like she's uneducated, and uneducated about a lot of things, not just books. She just seemed like she's just uneducated, unaware. She looks like the type, and I've seen it where I live. I live in the Calio. I've seen just the other day, like a 3-year-old and maybe like a 3 and 4-year-old walking across the street, ain't even look both ways. And they go into the little playground area. And I'm looking around like, where's, I don't see a mother or a father in place. I didn't see a parent, and, maybe they had to be across the street. Maybe they was looking from a distance, but I didn't see them. I didn't see them. Now they did have some other kids in the playground area. I don't know the relationship they had, but that's just something you don't do. You don't see Arab women doing that with their children. You don't see so-called Jewish women or men letting their children that age walking outside by themselves. You don't see it. You don't see Koreans or the Asians doing that. You don't see white folks doing it. All you see is black folks. Walking across the avenue, I see a lot of times the mother is, a few feet away, and then the child is lagging behind enough for the cars to hit him. When I was coming up, parent would grab your hand and you walking across the street with them. Not 2, 3 feet, 3 feet behind them. And it happens all the time. Even if it's not a busy street. The parent is way ahead and the child 3, 4 years old is way behind. That makes no sense. No other race of people do that, or race of women would do something like that. So she obviously, it was a lot of negligence. Another thing I want to say, young man was talking about how the little girl was so smart. She knew her ABCs and her 1, 2, 3s, and she knew all her colors. Let me tell you something. For a child to be 2 years old and to know her numbers and her letters and her colors, you know what that means? When she get ready to go to Head Start or pre-K, she's gonna be ahead of the game. The only children that I see that is ahead of the game when they get ready to go to pre-K children, those are children that's well kept and taken care of. I'll say it again. When a child at the age of 2 know their colors, their numbers, and their alphabets at that age, you know what that means? Somebody's teaching them. When you take that time to teach your child their numbers, their letters, their colors, their shapes, and they go into kindergarten they go into pre-K, ready to read, you've taught them something. That's called love. Most children in the hood, they don't go to pre-K like that. Now, I'm not saying you don't love your child if they don't come to school ready, but when you do come to school ready, that's proof of love. Let me say it again. I'm not saying if you come to pre-K unprepared, not knowing your numbers and alphabets and colors and shapes. I'm not saying if you don't come with that knowledge that you aren't loved. But I am saying if you do come to pre-K with that type of knowledge, you are loved and taken care of. Because you're trying to give your child a head start. That's why they call it Head Start before pre-K. So for you to leave your child on the yard like that, in the park like that, and to go inside to cook something, and then you look out the window, she's still out there, by herself, and then you look down, and then you look back up, she's gone. That's negligence. So knowing her 1, 2, 3s and ABCs and shapes, that don't fit. That don't fit. You're not gonna be so careful with teaching your child these things and then turn around and show negligence and letting them stay on the park. So that doesn't fly. And then just like they were saying, the windows was boarded up. There was no way, there was a board blocking the window. How you looking out to see your child? So I don't know. Again, there's been cases where um, people have killed their children for whatever reason. You know, the boyfriend didn't want to be bothered, or whatever the case may be. You know, that's that's uh, that's speculation. But the false crying with no water coming out of your eyes, saying your child has this much knowledge because you you spend time teaching them, um, and by you teaching them, and then you're gonna turn around and then neglect them and have them on a park like that. Those two things just don't fit. And then the boarded up house or whatever, the boarded up window that people were saying the apartment had. Like I said, it's sad. Rest in peace to Maliyah. Um, and for our parents, if you are guilty, I pray that God have mercy on your soul. But it's sad the way we do our children. And, stop neglecting your children. Walk outside with them. Don't let them go to the ice cream man truck by themselves. Go out there with them. Monitor them while they're on the yard. Sad story. Like, comment, subscribe. Thank you.